Hi guys, my name is Beads. This is going to be a review for SH Figuarts Lizardon, or commonly known as Charizard. Yep. And this is a P-Bandai exclusive, so unfortunately you have to pay quite a bit of money to acquire this one, and even then, it's limited in supply. And I believe this is a reissue of the D-Arts Charizard that came out a couple years back. And actually I have it right next to me, and we'll do a comparison with that. It does come with a shipper box right here. And yeah, it's just a regular shipper box. I got mine from Nippon-Yasan. I paid EMS on it. Actually, I got contacted again saying that, oh, by the way, the packaging weighs a little bit more, so we need a little bit more extra, and I kind of regretted going for EMS. But even then, yeah, this is a heavy figure, so if you've decided to get this, you're gonna pay a little bit more for shipping. So anyways, here's the box. It's not windowed. Shouldn't be because it's exclusive, but sometimes they do have that. And this one does come with the effect parts, as we can see here. Now, I'm not too familiar with Pokemon attacks anymore. There probably is some kind of wing attack with a fire, or maybe something of that sort. So here we go. Does come with that standstill with a clear Pokemon. And yeah, here's the side of the box. From the images here, it looks like it's the same, kind of like the D-Arts. So anyways, that's it for the box. Let's take a look inside. Alright, so I got the two here. Now, the one on the left here is the D-Arts Charizard, the first one that came out. Now, this is the new Figuarts Charizard that just came out. And yeah, first off, the color difference is evident. In terms of Dragon Ball, this looks like the premium color edition, having more vibrant color. This is more orange. Now I do have my camera setting to have high contrast, so it'll pick it up a little bit more. So he's a bit more orange. Now the new one, the Figuarts, it's a bit more yellow. And I think this actually works out more for the Charizard in terms of color scheme. I think it's better to even be more yellow than orange. The color on the wings, again, this is a little bit more darker here on the left. And yeah, so I think that is fine. Now for the flame effect, the only thing I can see is the yellow part on this one is a little bit more lighter than the one on the left. But if you notice, the jointing system on the tail, on the legs, and even to the head and neck, they're all the same. It's the same mold. Yep, it's just a recolor, which could be a good thing, that it's just a reissue. Although it'll be interesting if they actually have a new mold for it. It doesn't make sense to make it a P-Bandai. Yeah. So anyways, yeah, that's actually not bad. Well, hopefully. Let's just go over articulation. If this is your first time seeing the Charizard figure, if you haven't seen the D-Arts yet. So here we go. So for the head here, you can rotate it. It is on a joint, ball joint. You can move it up, you can move it down. Just be careful not to move this holding the horns. You might break that off. Joints are a little stiff. I just got this out of the box, and I believe, yep, it is segmented onto the neck, so it's quite nice. Now for the mouth, you can open it up, get that nice pink tongue. Now let me just go back with the first Charizard. It's the same pink tongue. Yep. Alright, and moving on, you got the wings. Now the wings is not the best articulation on this guy here. Yeah, actually I kind of see there's a little bit of shading. It's a little bit wider here on the top. So you do have the little ball joint there to move this around. You got hinges onto the wings to allow you to move it up and down. There's this part here. It's kind of like there's no articulation on that, just like the spine on or the wings. Now for the shoulder, yeah, it's probably a ball joint right there. You get a peg swivel there for the bicep. You got your elbow, and yeah, for the hands, a little bit of wrist articulation there. Now for the legs, we have this ball joint there. I actually accidentally popped this off. See, I can pop it off. There we go. So you're curious what's inside. There we go. Just gonna sink this in, put it back. I think this is just a sleeve here, this middle part. Then you got a ball joint on the foot. Then you got the multi-segmented tail. Now this design could have been better. It looks a little odd. Well, it's actually a bit better than Mewtwo's tail, but definitely it could have been better. You know, nonetheless, the design works, you know, from afar. It's gonna have a flying Charizard there. Quite nice. So that's pretty much it for the base figure. Now, obviously, for this, it comes up with a lot of special effects. Alright, so first off, we have this world cutout, you know, along with instruction. I'm not gonna open this, but I think it's one of the, I think it might be the body slam for Charizard's attack. I can't quite remember, where he grabs the opponent and spins it around the world. We've seen that on the anime. It's kind of ridiculous, not really spinning around the world, but so we have this nice little add-on. I honestly not too fond of that idea. Could have been other things that for a backdrop, but it's given to us. Furthermore, we have the same Pokeball base here. We got this, and we got like a connector part. It's like a Y shape, which I need to check out what are these for. And then we got more here, more connectors. I wonder if they're for the effect parts or it's actually for Charizard. Let me just get it out of the way. So we'll oh no, this is for the world thing. Yeah, I can see the little grooves there. That's probably it for the back. This one, I should really look at the instruction. I mean, can you even... Yeah, I don't think so. Then you have a little bit more here. I should really look at the instructions. Alright, so I think I have an idea what it's for. Alright, so if we're gonna put this here, should connect. Hopefully it does not crack the plastic. Sometimes it stress the heck out of them. Anyways, there we go. And I'm gonna put it on this base here. This is actually for the wings. Alright, and it's gonna go just behind here, like this. So it's yeah, holding behind the wings, and basically we're gonna use this for here, and if we're gonna connect, the earth is gonna be on the back side here, like this, to have that gimmick. Hey, it works. At least they have something for the Charizard. Yeah, it's not a bad idea to grab the Charizard there. I think it works. I just need to kind of tighten the arm joints. But yeah, not too bad. Alright, so the best part is the effect parts. And looking here, we have 5. I think 2 in each wings. And you have 1 for the mouth here. I'm gonna take out packaging and continue the review. Alright, so for the effect parts, we have quite a bit. I'm gonna start with the big ones on here for the wings. So here's one of them. There's a hole there, and you're just gonna slide it in. And I think that's it. Alright, let me just get that position in there. It's one of those you kind of worried, am I gonna chip off the paint? I think that could have been bigger. I'm just gonna use a screwdriver here, just kind of widen the axis. There we go. I think that should be fine. Alright, anyways, got that there. A little bit of fixing. Should just slide it. I think that's good enough. Then you have this secondary flame that it just kind of uses friction. It just kind of clips on right there. Let's do the other side. Start with a big one here. There we go. And another one here. Just clips onto the wing. Oh, that's quite nice. Then you have the one on the mount. Now, for the mount, I believe, just goes in. I think the bottom one bites better than the top part, but there you go. Kind of just bites on it. It looks like an airplane, and the flames kind of looks like like missiles or torpedoes. Well, not torpedoes, but I mean the missiles or the payload, I guess. And yeah, there is a tendency for this to pop out. It's just kind of held by friction. I think that's good enough. All right. Now, display-wise, obviously it's going to be a little tough to put it here, but you're probably gonna try. Again, you can, or we should just tighten this. Okay, that's fairly good. Alright, let's see if that works. I'm not sure if it's gonna work for the tail, but yeah, I gotta tighten that part too. But you can kind of have him the aerial pose right there. It feels like they should have added another base just for the bottom part to kind of cradle him. I think that would have been better if they have. Alright, so I got him in this pose. I'm just trying to balance that arm. So what I did, instead of putting on the back of the wings, I have it on one of the thigh. And it's just resting there. So get your arm base kind of like in this position. It goes in like this. Then the tail, it kind of rests on top of that. And it's a matter of a balancing act like this. And I think that kind of works out. But definitely it's not a secure way to hold Charizard up. But for taking photos for the time being, it's not a bad idea. Right, so for those who have remembered, the DR's effect part is this. It's like the fireball. It's kind of molded into colors. You have the clear red in the middle and clear orange onto the side. It's actually quite nice. But this is from the original DR's release. This is not included or any of that this resemblance on the new one. The Figuarts effect parts are those. The ones on the wings and his mouth. That's it. So there might be some merit still getting the original one if you're after this particular effect part. It's something unique. And on top of that, they actually kind of showed a little gimmick. Not quite, but it's in the instructions. So basically, you can group all the fire effects. And let me just carefully take this out from Charizard here. And this setup is not stable, but it is doable if you want him flying. Alright, so what you want to do is basically rearrange your fire. Or something like this, I guess. I might be doing some parts here wrong, but more or less it's kind of like this. And it's kind of like the kanji for fire. It kind of looks like a human shape. It's the fire blast attack of Charizard. Unfortunately, you can only do this on the ground. There's no any kind of base to kind of hang it up. We could probably do something, or maybe a mixture of all those arms and the claws from other Tamashii Stage Act. We can probably pull it off, but they've just shown it displayed on the ground like this. Anyways, that's pretty much it for the review for the new SH Figuarts Charizard. It is a reissue of the D-Arts with a slight variant in color. He's a bit more yellow. I think that's more accurate and actually quite nice. And it does come with this nifty fire effect parts. That's really cool. I like it. The earth cutout, I'm not so fond of, but nonetheless, it's a nice release. Now, if you're trying to get this, just be wary of the pricing. It is P Bandai. I think it was, I'm not quite sure of the retail price. I think it's around $70. But if you're trying to get this from the aftermarket, expect usually they double the price, because considering that they have to pay for the shipping and they're getting it for the retail price and plus the other commissioning, it's usually double that. So you might be looking at around 150. Now if you factor in demand, if people really want this figure, you might see it for 200. I would say if you can get it for $100, that's good. But please do not spend more than $200 or spend more than $100 on this guy. It's just not, that's too much. You can get better figures out there. But here you go. If you're curious what it looks like, here's the review for it. Hope you guys like it. Again, I got from Nippon-Yasan. There are other places out there that you might still be able to get it. And again, I pre-ordered it when it came out. I'm not sure if it's available anymore at that web store that I just mentioned. If you got questions, let me know. I'll try my best to answer those for you. Otherwise, that's about it for this review. So until the next time, this is Meads. Thanks for watching. I almost forgot. So if you're curious, can you get the same effect with this Bandai fire effect parts? You can kinda. There are the little ones that you can kinda hook onto that end of the wings there with a little protrusion. I mean, this usually you go for the wrist or the ankles of figures or anything that you can put it on. And you can just hook that into place and then have one of the fire effects put on the mount. You can kind of have the same effect. Yeah. But otherwise, I still kind of like what's given to us. And yeah, especially for the one that on the mount, this works well for Charizard.